Hi, I'm Phyllis, SewingFrugal.com. Today we're going to fix eye of a round roast, and it's about 3 pounds. I purchased it at Walmart because they had it on quick sale because it was getting ready to go out of date. And now I do roast like that frequently because they're actually good because they've just had a chance to age a little longer, right? But anyway, there are no dark marks on it or anything like that. But anyway, it's eye of a round roast, about 3 pounds. Now, round roasts are just tough, y'all. There's no other way to put it. They're just tough. So you do have to cook them a certain way. And if you cook them well done, that's probably a guarantee they're going to be even tougher. So there's a certain way you have to cook them. So I'll just show you how I cook them. I mean, people have different ways of cooking them, but I'll just show you how I do it. Now we're going to season it. I'm going to turn the camera down. We're going to season this with some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and we're going to go ahead and put a little paprika on it for color. Now if you use black pepper, you could definitely put some black pepper on it. Alright, now I'm going to go over now and cut my oven on to 500 degrees. We'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. It takes a little while to hit that button all that many times. So we're preheating the oven to 500 degrees. Now, I took my roast out. I did wash it, y'all, a little bit. And I took it out of the wrapper, and it's been sitting out for maybe 45 minutes, wanting it to get more at room temperature. So we're going to go ahead, and by the way, I've already made my square buns because we're going to, when this gets done, we're going to slice it real thin and have some roast beef sandwich with some dipping sauce. Alright, so here we go. Let me move y'all closer. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and sprinkle some onion powder all over it, generously. And I'm going to do the same with the garlic powder, all over it. And I'm going to use the salt. Put salt all over it too. I don't put much salt usually because the dipping sauce that we're going to use is going to be pretty salty. So I'll just put a little bit of salt and the paprika all over it. You know, the paprika imparts a little bit of taste to it. Alright, 3 pounds. Now, when I put it on the pan, I'm going to use an old cake pan. This is one from, what, 30 or 40 years ago. And I put a little trivet type thing in it, and I've got it turned upside down because I don't want it sticking up out of the pan so much, but this is going to keep it from sticking to the bottom. Alright, so we got that done. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put some oil on it. And I just want to oil it up pretty good. Put the spices on first so that they will, the oil will just help hold them on, really. Alright, so we want to have this sitting on the pan with the fat side up. See, this side doesn't have hardly any fat on it, but this side's got a whole bunch of fat. So, and it was sitting in the little carton that I bought it in with this side down, so that's why it's having a little trouble sitting that way now. Alright, so all we're going to do is put it in the pan, and I definitely use this pan for roasting rump roast and things like that. It works out really well. Alright, I just want to make sure it's going to sit up. Alright, that's got it. Alright, so what we're going to do is put it in the oven. Let me turn the camera up a little bit. We're going to put it in the oven. Oops, y'all going the wrong way. There. Put it in the oven at 500 degrees. Now you want to make sure your oven is super preheated before you put it in. So I'm going to actually wait about 10 more minutes before I put it in the oven. Anyway, 500 degrees, and I do it 7 minutes per pound. So that's going to be 21 minutes. It's going to be in that oven at 500 degrees. Then I'm going to cut the oven off and leave it in the oven for 2 to 2.5 hours. And then once you take it out, you want to let it sit for 10-15 minutes to cool off a little bit, and so the juices will stay inside it. Now, cooking it at 500 degrees, it's going to give a nice brown color to the outside and seal the juices inside, because you don't want the juices leaking out, because you're going to need something to make it a little more tender, y'all. You are. All right, and so what we're going to do is take the dogs to the vet while this is in the oven, and they've got to get their yearly shots and their yearly exam. And so anyway, I'm going to put this in the oven about 10 minutes, and again 500 degrees, and I do it 7 minutes per pound. And so that's going to be about 21 minutes, and then I'm going to cut the oven off and we're going to leave. Then when we come back, it'll be all done. All right, we'll see y'all when we get back. Bye for now. Hi, we're back from the vet, and our roast is done. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm getting ready to slice it. Let me turn it down. There's what it looks like. I cut a little slice out of it to taste of it. So there's all nicely brown. So I'll be slicing that. Now it'll take me a while to slice it, because I slice it with this knife and have to slice it really thin. So I'm going to set that aside. It's somewhat cooled already. All right, we're also having for dessert some apple crisp that was frozen last weekend. So we'll make 2 servings for dessert. And I've already got the buns fixed, the square buns, and I've already cut them in 2, so they'll be warmed up in the oven. And for the drippings from the roast, I'm going to add 1 cup of beef bouillon, and this is the reduced salt bouillon, just 1 cube. And I'm just going to dump that in there because we want plenty of dipping sauce. So I'm going to put this in the oven at about 300 or 400 degrees and let it reduce down just a little bit. And so now we're going to stir fry our vegetables. So let me get this in the oven and let it be reducing, and we'll be right back. All right, we're ready to cook the vegetables now. And we've got an orange bell pepper, a crown of broccoli, 2 zucchini, and 1 yellow squash. And I want these to have somewhat of a buttery taste, so I used regular vegetable oil first. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the bell peppers and let them get started, because it takes them a little bit longer to cook. All right, and the next thing we're going to do is make a little spread to go on the bread or the square buns. I'm going to use about a teaspoon of creamed horseradish, and the rest of it will be mayonnaise mixed together, these 2. All right, so get these peppers started a little bit, and then I'm going to put the rest of the stuff in, and we'll be back. I'm going to also add some butter once these peppers cook just a little bit. We'll be back when all this gets done and I get this meat sliced up. I wanted to show you what the roast looks like, and I've tasted it. It's absolutely delicious. Now I'll continue slicing it very thin, and then I'll just put a little bit down in the drippings that I've got cooking in the oven and reducing, and then I'll put them on the sandwich. And also, I have put about 2 tablespoons of butter in with the squash. I did let the peppers cook a little bit before I put everything else in, so that the back side of the peppers, well, let me show you, got a little bit brown, which is what I was looking for. And of course I can smell that really strong buttery taste. And I'm going to let them cook just a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and put some garlic powder on. And I'm going to put some onion powder on them. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put in the broccoli. Now the broccoli doesn't take long at all to cook, so that's why I save that for last. Alright, so we're just going to let this cook just a little bit with the lid off. Then I'm going to probably put just a touch of water in it and put the lid on it and let it steam for just a little while. Alright, we'll be back when I get all this ready. Alright, we are ready to eat. Here are the roast beef sandwiches, or eye of round roast sandwiches. And they're really sort of medium now because I did put them down in some of the hot little drippings from the pan. There's the dipping sauce. There's our apple crunch, and I will put the recipe for that, the video on it, down in the description. Alright, there it is. We got our iced tea. I actually chilled the glasses. Alright, there's my plate. So we're just about ready now to eat, and we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.